What's up guys, Nick Rapazzi here and welcome to the NR Motorsports YouTube channel. Today we're going to be working on the E46 again. We have the coilovers to install. So I got this thing jacked up. I'm just getting ready to take these stock wheels off. And then we are going to get to the coilovers that are right in there. So let me get set up, get the wheels off, get the tool set up, and then we'll do an unboxing because I haven't even opened those up since I got it. So we'll do all that, get ready, and then pull those out. So let's get to it. All right guys, got the tools ready to take the wheels off and get started on this thing. I just wanted to give you guys an unboxing of what we're actually installing here. So this is ECS's kit. This is not a true coilover sit kit. That's the rear is a spring with the adjuster here, separate shock right here. And again, like we told you guys, we're going to be putting this on the lowest setting it could possibly go because I'm trying to tuck it with the wide body and see where it's at. If we need to go up from there, we'll go up, but I honestly think when it's at its lowest setting, it's going to fit the wide body perfectly fine because it's only supposed to drop this thing maybe like 2 inches. So we'll get this thing unpacked, and right before we get ready to install this stuff, I'll show you guys what it actually looks like. The quality of this stuff is really good. And again, this was like a $700 kit shipped to the house. I just wanted to do the bare minimum to get into drifting and get started with everything. And honestly, it's gonna be the first set of coilovers. We do have a set over there for the Corvette, and I think that's what I'll be switching to when I get like a little bit more serious into the drifting and stuff with that. But this is just to get me on the track, get things going, and do this for as cheap as I possibly can just to get started with everything. So let me get the wheels off and we'll get ready to install all this. Have the rear wheel off, and this is a super simple, that's why I wanted to do the rear first, because it's super simple, and I'll have tomorrow to do the fronts. But it's a 18 mil bolt right here. You have the spring right in here, and then there's 2 up top. When we get in the inside, I'll rip apart the inside and show you where these 2 are. But let's get this off and then we'll go to the inside. The interior stuff ripped out, and it's super easy. It was just push pins up top, pushing in there, and then it exposes the top of the shock tower right there, and it's 2 13 millimeters. I think this will slip through. If not, we're gonna have to pull that off too, but let's get these 2 13s off, see if that falls through, and then if not, we'll take that off right there. As you can see, it just fell right through, so it's nice we didn't have to take that off. We'll slip the new one in. I already have it set at the lowest setting possible, so let's just get this bolted in right here and then get that new spring in. All right guys, so everything's installed. We got the bottom bolt, the 18 back in. There is a 21 millimeter, I don't know if you could see it. Yeah, you see the washer and bolt that locks down the collar right there. I used there's a spanner wrench for that, the 21 right there. Just tightened it up with a gear wrench, and everything seems to be set. Up top's tight. On this, I put it on the hardest dampening and then backed it off 3 just to see where it's at. These rear brakes, we're gonna replace these because I want to put new drum brakes in here because we're gonna do an e-brake modification and get a better e-brake handle, and we're gonna use a stock e-brake for now because it's like to switch over to a hydro is like $1,000, and between every other thing that I have to get done on this thing, between spacers and all that stuff, I just want to get this thing to the drift track next month. So we're just gonna forego all that stuff, use a stock e-brake. I've seen plenty of people use stock e-brake on this thing, totally fine for what we're going to be doing. So let me get to the other side, get that stuff all set, and then we'll see what this thing looks like on the ground. Just like all the other videos, we're getting done right before the sun actually goes down, and everything went smooth. You guys see in the video, I did freaking This did slip off the jack, but we got everything tight. Coilovers in, the bottom lock nut is in. That's tightened down. I didn't use any sort of spec. It's good and tight. That's what it's gonna be. So let's get these wheels on, get this thing back on the ground, and see how low we actually drop this thing. All right guys, so there you have it. That's it slammed. So it looks like the top of the tire, you can see it, is almost level with this, so that's perfect. Couldn't ask for better fitment for this. It did drop it quite a bit, and I had to jack up the, as you guys will see, I had to jack up the whole control arm just to get it to fit in, which the other one was kind of in line with where it is. So it definitely dropped it a few inches here. Don't know exactly what it dropped because I didn't do any measurements. The only thing I'm happy about is that the tire meets almost exactly with this fender well here. So when we get the bigger ones on, this will look super good on this. So we're gonna have to do this in 2 parts. We'll do the fronts tomorrow, and then we'll get the other wheels on tomorrow, and then we'll take the measurements for the spacers for the rear, get the rears ordered, and then we have to wait until we do the lower control arms to get the front. So check with you guys tomorrow. Later.